And we're back. Let's get on out of this place. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. We're leaving the Sith Embassy. We just get out in there. Found the Cellcath. Found the datapad module thing. Oh dear. You there, human. You were placed under arrest of the Otto City Civil Authority. What? Why? Though the Sith Embassy here is considered a sovereign territory of the Sith Empire, we've been monitoring an alarming number of weapon discharges and detonations from within the base. Inquiries to the staff of the embassy yielded no response. It would seem that contact had been cut. Our cameras recorded you entering the base shortly before contact was lost and fighting apparently began. It is conclusion of the Otto City Civil Authority that you are responsible for the disturbance here, and you are hereby placed under arrest. You will come with us as to await your trial. As material witnesses, the individuals who accompany you will be detained at your vessel, and your vessel itself prohibited from leaving Manaan. We will leave now. Do not attempt to resist, or we shall resort to overwhelming force. I can't just kill everyone? I mean, I think we can handle it. It's probably not the best idea. Greetings, human. I am called Boalas, and I have been selected as your arbiter for the duration of your trial. What have I been charged with? You have been charged with initiating violence within the Sith Embassy, murdering members of the Ambassadorial Commission of the Sith Empire, and disregarding our own laws regarding violence in Otto City. How will you get me free? I would first like to ask you a few questions regarding the events that led up to your arrest. I have already been given all relevant data on you and your companions, so that can be disregarded. For what reason did you enter the Sith Embassy? I had authorization to enter. Indeed, I find that unlikely, Offworlder, but perhaps the judges will be more sympathetic to your view. What is your prior association with the Sith? I have no prior association. Indeed, since you have passed card to their base, I can only assume you believe taking this route would lessen your sentence. Very well. That should be all the information I acquire of you for now. If you wish, we can begin the trial whenever you're ready. Let's just get on with it. Very well. We shall proceed to the courtroom. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this over with. You stand accused of the grievous murder of many Sith and extensive property damage to the Sith Embassy there. How do you plead? My client pleads not guilty, Your Honors. Well, I'm going to continue. Let the record show that this trial is commended. Preceding are judges Shelkar, Hosa, Nelshikan, Kota, and Dula. This trial is to determine the culpability and punishment of this individual in this recent assault on the Sith Embassy. Gotta get those screenshots with the thumbnails, boyos. Given the severity of this trial, we can dispense with the normal formalities of the court and proceed directly. You have pleaded not guilty, yet there were reports of weapons fire and detonations from within the Sith Embassy. You were seen entering and leaving the embassy. The Sith have not conferred with the authorities about this matter, but from all available evidence, it would seem that you are the source of the disturbance. My client was there by circumstance and was not involved in the disturbance. Hold up. Let me, What is it, Offworlder? Do you have something to say regarding your reasons for being here? Let me see. You know, I'll let you keep going. Never mind. Enough of this interruptions. Continue, Arbiter. There's merely a mistake against a person who is there in the wrong place, the wrong time, in legitimate business. That does not seem likely, Arbiter. The weight of the material evidence, including those items in the defendant's position, is too strong. What legitimate business was your client involved in the Sith Embassy? The business of the Jedi Order, of course. My client is noted on the entry transcript as a member of said order. I mean, that is true. As a member of this order, my client is above reproach. A Jedi would not have murdered so many of the spies. The Order is involved in a war of the Sith, a very messy war. It is not unreasonable for some fanatic would seek to bring that war here. My client is not a fanatic, like a subapod, waiting to strike when it hatches, no doubt. Please, Your Honors, that wasn't fair. Enough, we have heard enough. Your explanation is not good enough, Arbiter. If you have failed, there is more than enough evidence to convict this criminal. Please, Your Honors, my client is mentally incompetent and unable to form complex thoughts. Please, I threw my client on the mercy of the court. Interrupt. Your client is not incompetent, is that, Arbiter? I wish to dismiss my arbiter. Is that true? Do you wish me to retrain my services? I will defend myself. As my client demands, I shall retire. As you will. Now then, what is your explanation for being at the Sith Embassy? I was investigating the disappearances of young Selkath. You believe that the Sith have done something to do with those disappearances. The Offworlder has probably been listening to Shayla's and his rumor mongering, most likely. Do you have any proof to back up your assumption, human? Have the Sith been implicated? Have the Sith been implicated? I have this datapad as proof that the Sith are up to no good. Let it be noted that the court has taken this new evidence into consideration. This is most disturbing. The court will adjourn for a brief period to verify the evidence and discuss its importance. We have verified that this is indeed a Sith datapad indicating their complicity in a plot to overthrow the lawful government of Manaan. The gratitude for having discovered this heinous offense. All charges against you regarding the incident will be dropped. Pending a suitable penalty against the Sith, their embassy is considered off limits to all Auto City security personnel. No calls or incidents from their base will be attended to until this matter is dealt with, as they are no longer subject to the prosecution of Selkath law. You have been found innocent. You may leave as you desire. This trial is now over. Your boy is innocent. I did murder all those people, but it's fine. What do you guys have to say?
I'm sick of hearing about Manaan's neutrality. It sounds like a coward's excuse not to fight, if you ask me.
I'm probably just gonna leave before I make more trouble. Alright, so I got what he wanted, right? I did indeed get what he wanted. Mercenary Enclave. Yeah, let's go talk to Shayla, right? Is that the dude's name? I don't know how to pronounce it. He was in here, right? One of these people? Yeah, you, right? Human, you return. Have you information for me? Have you discovered the fate of the missing Selkath youth? Have you news of my daughter, Shasa? I have information for you, Shayla. Excellent. You have done well. What have you learned? The Sith are training the Selkath youth in the ways of the Dark Jedi. Yes, this makes sense. It was a wonder I did not see this before. Manaan's greatest strength is our neutrality. If Malak brainwashes our youth and indoctrinates them in the way of the Sith, he will have a strong following among the Selkath people, strong enough to seize control of Manaan and our Kolto. My daughter Shasa, she too has been indoctrinated into the Sith camp. I convinced your daughter to turn her back on the Sith ways. Human, if you speak the truth, I am forever in your debt, and yet my joy is tempered by the knowledge that the Sith still walk freely about Manaan. Hopefully the testimony of my daughter will be enough proof of their actions to make the Auto City authorities take action. I hope so. You have done much for me, human. Here are the credits I promised you. I only wish I had more to give. Thank you.
This is how we Jedi should always act. With honor.
Please excuse me now, human. I must go speak to the Manaan authorities about the Sith plot and what they have done to my beloved daughter. You're, still out, huh? Alright, what are my other quests going on right now? Karth, Jinaharadin, Canderous, Strange Stowaway, Star Map, Jahani. What are the ones that have to do with this? Bastila, Manaan swoop races. Right. You know, let's go swoop. How do we get there? Where's the way? Okay, there's only one way in here, right? So that means we have to go this way. Then we're gonna go get our swoop on. I love swoop racing. It's so much fun. I'm gonna kick their tail, blow them out of the water. Maybe they'll give us enough to be able to afford one of those robes, because those robes are really good. I think we have enough to afford them, but I want I want to make sure I got the best one. All right, where are we? Okay, that's the way out, so we need to go all the way this way, because that's the way to our ship. Anybody got anything to say about that? What do you got to say, Johnny?
Yes. What is it?
Something wrong?
I have been bothered by something late.
What is it?
I never told you where I came from, did I? Where I grew up as a child. I suppose I was trying to deny what I was feeling.
What?
I have been wrestling with my feelings inside, trying to come to terms with it, but I find I cannot. I must have someone to blame. someone to blame for the destruction of my homeworld. Someone who is responsible for the death of everyone I have ever known, except those on Dantooine.
What are you saying?
Taris. It was Taris that the Sith destroyed to try to kill you and your precious Bastila. Taris, my homeworld.
Huh. I thought you hated your homeworld.
It was my home. If it were not for you and Bastila, the Sith would have never had reason to destroy that world. It was your fault for being there, and your fault for rescuing Bastila. Without your intervention, the Sith would have had no cause to lay waste to my childhood.
Ah, that's, Whew.
Just let me vent my anger. I need someone to blame. Something. Anything. I hated that world. Yet everything I learned as a child, I learned there. It is as much a part of me as the air I breathe. I have this ache inside me, where all my childhood memories lay, and I find your face there with them. If it was not for you, that world would still exist.
I'm sorry, Johnny. There's no way to prevent it.
I suppose I realized that. But it is so hard to lose your entire past. You would not understand.
You're right. I don't.
I suppose that is to be expected. Everything will turn out for the best, as long as we remain focused on our task. I am sorry. I will try not to distract you in the future with my trivial experiences. I should stop for now.
Sounds good. Vassal, you got anything to say?
How can I help?
You look, you have something to say.
I do. I've been trying to come up with the best way to say this for some time, but I suppose I should just come out and say it. The truth is, I have come to depend on you. Not just for the sake of the mission, but for my own sake as well. I'm glad you're with us.
What was that? I think I'm going deaf. You better say it again.
You're teasing me. You know very well what I said.
I'm so reeling from the shock. Was that a compliment?
Well, yes. Surely that's not so surprising.
Just that you sounded so pained saying it.
Did I? I'm trying to be sincere here. It occurred to me that I may have been too critical of you. Too demanding at times.
Thank you. I appreciate the jest.
I know my
Gesture.
mind can be a bit taciturn. I know you must be getting sick of my lectures about the dark side and everything else. I spent all my years being hounded by my instructors, being told so often how gifted and important I was until I was sick of it. I remember when I was younger, I used to swear that I would never become as self-absorbed and stodgy as the Jedi Masters. It's ironic, really.
Maybe, but you don't need to be like that.
I suppose not. But I am becoming like that, though it's not easy for me to admit. Being controlled has kept everyone around me at an arm's length. Even those like yourself who are most in need of my understanding and compassion. Maybe it's time to change that. You deserve to know how much I respect and admire you. I had to tell you how much I care for you. As a friend, of course.
I'm glad you did.
Well, that was not nearly so difficult as I feared. Thank you for hearing me out. I feel much better, but enough soul-searching for now. We should probably continue on with our mission.
Sounds good. Alright. Right. We're going swoop racing, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get out. You know, party selection. You guys have been out here long enough. Let's get, Canderous and HK. Let's get you boys out. Oh, right. I did level up my repair, so maybe I can fix you more. Maybe, let's see. Skills. What's recommended for you? Improved toughness? Sure. HK.
Statement. HK-47 is ready to serve, Master.
I'd like to try restoring some of your memory.
Affirmative. If you believe your skills are up to the task, Master, then I can certainly guide you through the process. Request. I only ask...
Be very careful. Yeah. Let's get started.
Statement. As you wish, Master. You are already familiar with accessing my central control cluster, correct? Now you will need to... Oh, you've shorted out something, Master. nothing to do with my memory. Ow! I am poking my own eye socket. Ow! Stop! Supplication.
Very well, we'll do this later. Got anything to say, Kandros?
Yeah, what do you want?
Tell me more about the Mandalorian Wars.
We fought against the Republic forces for some time, over the course of many battles. At the start, they were not much of a threat to speak of. But once the Jedi Revan took charge, things began to turn against us. The Republic fleets began to use more than just basic tactics. Feints, counterattacks, mass deceptions. Revan was a genius on the field. Revan abandoned worlds of their defenders so that others would be too fortified to strike, and was willing to make sacrifices in order to advance goals. And in the end, Revan proved too much for us.
You couldn't have won against the whole galaxy.
But it was close. So close. It looked like the entire galaxy was within our grasp. I still remember that final battle in the skies above Malachor 5. The two fleets filling the space around it, outshining the stars.
What happened in the battle?
It was not your ships, or your men, or your vaunted fight for freedom that won this, the final battle of the war. It was by the actions of one person, the Jedi Revan, that you prevailed. His strategies and tactics defeated the best of us. Even Mandalore himself was taken aback by the ferocity of his attacks, the tenacity of his defenses, and the subtleties of his plans. He fought us to a standstill, and then began pushing back. We really didn't have a chance.
Why didn't you retreat?
It was what we had wanted all along, in a way. We wanted to fight the best, in a battle that would be remembered for centuries. And we did. And Revan won. I don't hold a grudge against Revan, and neither do any of my people. It was the greatest moment of my life to be in that battle. If Revan had been a Mandalorian, nothing in the galaxy would have stopped us. But wishing for the past to be different is useless. Better look to the future, as we should now. We'll talk more later, I think. Is there something else you want to know?
Nothing.
Your choice.
So Revan won the war. Not anybody else. It was Revan. That's pretty interesting. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Where's the... Gotta keep going. Why does it have to put us in the other end? I just want to swoop some. I want to race. I want to get my... feel the wind in my hair and the water on my nose. I don't know. I'm sure it is a very wet track though. Like, you're pretty much just like hoverboarding over the water there. And it's got to be getting in your face, right? That would be annoying. I would find that annoying. Alright, let's see what we got here. Alright, Vec. Let me meet with someone, that's right. Alright. Greetings again. We'll be racing today. We're always looking for serious competition for the established riders. I'm ready to race. Very well, but before we place your swoop in the starting position, I must collect the 100 fee. I'll pay the credits. Very good, Off-Worlder. Now we must determine what time you'll try and beat. Let's have a look at the standings. Cassandra Mattel is your opponent for this round. Her time is 23:25. Racing fans, your attention. A new challenger will now attempt to unseat Cassandra Mattel. Let them hear you. Let's do this thing. 23:25, I think is what it's trying to be. 23 something. If I get 22, I won't have to worry about it. That's what I'm shooting for. Beat him by 1 second, then I don't have to worry about what the milliseconds were for the race. Oh, I missed that one. Oh, I missed that one too. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. Maybe it's not bad. Oh, 22. I wasn't worried. Look at that. Look at that. Easy. Easy. Not even a challenge, honestly. A second round win is worth 2,000 credits to you. Many racers bow out when they reach this level, but I have a feeling you won't. The next round of races will determine its sector champion. It'll have to be flawless to achieve that. Let's do it. Before you do, your next race would be against the leading time set by racer Hukta Jax. He is very insistent that you speak with him first. Please try not to anger the Gamorrean. He could prove troublesome, and we don't want the scandal of having to jail professional swoop racers. Very well, I will tell the organizer to have your course ready for your return. Hukta Jax, you want me to speak to you, huh? Yeah, you come talk to me. I got something to say to you, little racer. Hukta Jax doesn't like how fast you go. I told you once already, and I want you to remember. You don't win the sector champion spot. If you do, there will be trouble. I will race, and I will win. Then you and Hukta Jax are gonna have a problem. I promise you that. You was warned, fair and square. I'm not worried about you, you overgrown pig. Let me race. Greetings again. We'll be racing today. I'm ready to race. Very well. Here's the $100. We'll see what the standings are. 2250 is your mark. That's fast. I didn't get that last round because I missed those. All right, I'm actually have to like try really hard. Go, 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 faster, 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 boyos. I gotta. It's legit. That has to be flawless. 2250. That is not a slow race. Has to be perfect. Perfecto. Perfecto mundo. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh! Yes! I actually wasn't expecting to get it. Ooh, that felt good. How much was that? Like 3,000, right? Ooh. Ooh. The salute. Greetings, Sector Champion. You've proven a spectacular racer despite the near lawless taunting of Hukta Jax. You have won a great deal of money. The payment for coming Sector Champion is 5,000 credits. That will be the last amount offered for now. When we begin a new round of races, we will make certain you are notified. I'll be back later, of course, Sector Champion. 5,000! What you got to say about that, Mr. Hukta Jax? Hukta says you earned a big enemy. You should have lost when you was told to lose. Now something's gonna be done. Not here because Selkat the cameras are watching. I is too smart for that. I get you when you least expect it. You just wait. I'm not worried about you, you fart. What are you? No. Oh, he left. Psh. You think I'm worried about you? You are very wrong, Mr. Dude Reno. Mr. Dude. You know, let's talk to Vec while we're here. Hey, Vec. How's it going? Congratulations on winning the Manon Championship. I do enjoy watching your races, human. It makes a nice break from the hectic world I must deal with every day in my business. I need to meet with the Thorak Gulder. Can you set it up? You need to meet with the Thorak. Forgive my skepticism, but you hardly resemble our typical client. We deal in the kind of pieces found in chambers of Galactic Senator. I present an anonymous buyer from Coruscant. Perhaps you do, human, but how can I be sure you're telling the truth? I would hate to waste the Thorak's time if you weren't serious. Unless you want the Manon authorities to find your body floating in the ocean, I suggest you set up a meeting. Now I know you aren't the type of person we want to deal with. Your threats mean nothing to me. I once had a planetary ambassador threaten to have me executed on the spot. But I knew she wouldn't touch me, and I know you can't do anything to me here on Manon. Not without having half the city of Auto Security Force coming down on you. What? Congratulations on winning. Oh, you just... What is your business, you know? My name is Vec, and I work for Thorak Guldar, a merchant who deals in very rare and expensive art. He serves as the go-between for buyers and sellers throughout the galaxy. I serve as Thorak's security advisor, a highly demanding job. The fact that Thorak seems to delight in insulting and betraying me makes it even more difficult. Yes, that does seem very stressful. You can't even begin to imagine how hard it is dealing with the galaxy's cultural elite. They're like spoiled children, throwing tantrums whenever when they don't get their way. And Thorak is the worst of them all. You idiot, Vec! How could you be so stupid, Vec? How could you be so stupid, Vec? He thinks my job is easy, but I'd like to see where he'd be without me. I'm sorry for that outburst. I come here to relax, but just talking about work is making me tense. So allow me to wish you a civil good day, so I can get back to watching the racers. Congratulations. Meet with the Thorak Gold. Can you set it up? Need to meet with the Thorak. Forgive my skepticism, but you're hard to... Yeah. Persuade. Dag. Here's 500 credits to set up the meeting. That should prove him serious. Yes, it does show a serious level of commitment. Whoever you present must be quite wealthy. If they have if they've authorized this kind of payment, just so you can see a Thorak. Very well, I'll set up the meeting with my boss. The Sith permit a Thorak to conduct his private business in their non-secured hangar. Go to the docking bays and he'll meet you there. Docking bays. Interesting. Alright, so I gotta meet the dude in the docking bay, and I gotta go to the Republic Ambassador Center. What happened to the Sith, what happened over here since I murdered everyone? Do they, have anything to say about that? Also, let's check out this guy. The ladies' shop. Maybe I'll buy, one of your robes. Hello. Why do you call me Little Jedi? Because I can feel the Force around you. You bristle with the waves of power, yet you seem unaware of it. Untrained and inexperienced, and you are rather old for a Padawan. Still, this is a war that the Jedi Council actually supports, so any loophole can be found. Griffin Council. I'm not so little. I fought dozens of Sith in lightsaber combat. I defeated the notorious bounty hunter, Kylo Nord. No bounty hunters ever stood up to a Jedi, and they never will. But Mandalorians! There's another argument altogether. Dare you fight a few dozen of those, little Jedi? Of course, always playing that Mandalorian Pazak card. I don't know what that means. Please come in and take a look around. I'd like to see your inventory. I have quite a collection. Hope you can find something that suits your interest here. Narsu, take all the time you need. What are these words? Alright, let me see. Oh, this is new. Beskargam. 5,000. I'm at 11,000 credits. That's a good amount. Robe of the Dark Knight. Defense bonus 3. So all this does, okay, I already have this. It gives me awareness plus 3, strength plus 3, and blaster bolt deflection plus 1. Plus 3 versus all for attack modifier. Charisma 2, wisdom 2, regeneration force points. That sounds really good. I mean, just regeneration force points seems just really nice. Acolyte robes. Light side, defense bonus plus 2. Damage immunity, dexterity strength. Stealth, that's not very good. Alright, so I'm it's probably either the robes of the Dark Knight or the gray Jedi robes. Attack modifier plus 3. There's no defense to this guy though. I like defense. I think I'm gonna buy this one. And then ancient gray Jedi hologram. That's a heck of a lot better than what I have right now. Yeah. And we're broke now. Awesome. But I am much better off than I was. That is huge, by the way. Let's put on this bad boy. The robes of the Dark Knight. Ooh, these look cool. They look much simpler, less flowy. Also, yeah, I'm gonna check this out. Soul Droid Mark 4. What's going on here? Hello? Can I go in here? Oh, I can. What the heck? Is there anybody in here still? Or is it just like I left it? Ah, just like I left it. Okay. Something happened when I leave? I've never been in here after the fact, I don't think. No, they don't care anymore. Can I talk to you? Can I talk to you? Hello?
This entrance to the Sith Embassy has been closed temporarily due to a maintenance failure. The main entrance to the embassy will reopen when the problem has been fixed. Those with legitimate business with the Sith.
I literally just walked in the door, but I guess it's closed, guys. In quotes, quote unquote, it's closed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm gonna end the video here. Next episode, we've got to go to the docks and check out some things there, and we got to talk to the people in the Republic Embassy because I got the droid info back. So we gotta let them know and see what they want us to do next. So thank y'all for watching, and we'll see you all in another video.